Today's video is about optimism. I'm going to keep it brief, but really I'm just focusing on the fact that that is a massive advantage to life. If you are someone that is optimistic, you are very much likely to see life in a much more positive view than someone that is very much negative, and maybe pessimistic is the correct word there. Now, going back to kind of what I was talking about yesterday with the power of the subconscious mind, optimism really does just coincide with it and work wonders with the power of the subconscious mind as well. Because essentially what you're doing is you're constantly looking at things in the best kind of light, in the best way you can possibly look at something. Now I'm talking about even kind of certain scenarios that you'd easily be able to kind of define as negative previously. You could look at them again in such a positive scope or a positive light. Specifically, I think things like, let's say it's raining, right? This was actually, I'll give a quick analogy just to explain exactly what I mean. This was when I was at university and I'd been enjoying the sun. It started getting a bit sunny, and me and my friend Lewis, we were going to climbing. This was a hobby that we had taken upon ourselves at university, and we had a lot of fun doing it. Now one day we went to go climbing, and obviously it started raining. It had been sunny for like 5-6 days beforehand, and now it is raining. And I mentioned to him, I was like, oh, that's such a shame, why is it raining? And like, I've always thought I'm quite a positive person, right? I've always been lucky that I've been quite optimistic. But in that moment, I didn't even think of being negative, but I just said, oh, why has it got to rain? I enjoyed the sun so much, blah, blah, blah. And then Lewis pointed something out that was really, truly kind of beautiful in the moment, was he just mentioned how when you look at, he's an artist, right? So he specifically focuses on these things, but he looked around and he looked at the trees and all the leaves and all these bushes, and he just said to me, but look how green they all look. Look how like they've been dying kind of that thirst, right? They've been needing that water. And it just shifted my whole perspective. Then I was looking at these trees and all the leaves on the trees, and it really did just look like they'd come to life out of nowhere. Like everything was kind of grey and gloomy, aside from these trees that were just so fresh with green and kind of health, I guess is the best way to describe it. But that was just like a little scenario that stuck with me. And when I think of optimism, I think back to that moment and how he really just changed my viewpoint on something as simple as rain. And you can do that with anything, but you can also do it with things that are a lot more specifically negative to yourself. Like, maybe you got in an accident on a motorbike and maybe it was partially your fault, but now you can look at it and just be like, well, I'm glad that happened. It's made me more aware. I'm just glad to be alive. And then you're optimistic, you're thankful. And it comes more down to gratefulness, I guess, in that scenario, that you're grateful to be there. But yeah, I do believe optimism is a big way to go forward, and just to always look at the best in kind of scenarios. So I hope that kind of resonates with some people there, and I hope that is useful. It's useful for myself, and that is a way, one of my, pillars of my life, the way I try and live it, is with a lot of optimism. The thumbnail on this video is going to be me in sunglasses. I don't know why, I just took a photo with it, and I thought, fuck it, let's rock with it. So that might be a bit random. Anyway, enjoy guys. Good night.